discussing how markets performed on Tuesday in trade after an extremely poor performance on Monday, with markets tanking across the world. US markets rebounded briefly at the start of trade on Tuesday before slipping and closing in the red. The Dow was down around 15 basis points again for a second consecutive day in a row. The S&P 500 was absolutely flat and was trading around 0.1% lower in trade after losing over 1.5% in trade on Monday. The Nasdaq though gained marginally and was up around 0.1%, reversing the losing streak that it had started the week with. European stocks bounced back despite nerves over the China situation and the Evergrande situation. The DAX closed around 1.5% up in trade. The FTSE was also up over 1%. The CAC 40 was up around 1.5%, and the Stock 600 closed 1% higher. Mind you, all these four indices were in the red on Monday, largely due to the skepticism emanating from China. Moving over to how Asia was performing, Asian stocks slipped as investors looked a bit cautious to assess the reaction that's coming out from China. The Nikkei fell 2% in trade yesterday. The Nikkei is down a further 0.5% in early trade today morning. The ASX 200 gained around 1/3% in trade yesterday, but is down 1/10% in early trade today. The Hang Seng also recovered around 0.5% in trade on Tuesday. Mind you, Hang Seng was the poorest performer in trade on Monday and was down over 3% in trade on Monday. Moving to the SGX Nifty Futures, they broke the 2-day losing streak yesterday and was down around 1% in trade on Tuesday at close. SGX Nifty Futures started today morning and is up around 1/3% in early trade. Lastly, moving to commodities and currencies and bonds, the London Metal Index closed lower for a third day in a row, down around 0.75% in US dollar terms. Oil rose due to the US storm squeezing supplies across the United States. Oil is at around $70.50 a barrel, with Brent almost at the $75 a barrel mark. Gold rises as the Evergrande fears continue to persist across global markets. Gold is at around $17.75 an ounce. The London Metal Index with regard to copper is down around 0.2%, and aluminium too is down around 60 basis points. Lastly, the dollar index closed around 8 basis points lower in trade on Tuesday and reversed some of those losses and was up around 6 to 7 basis points in early trade on Wednesday. The US 10-year Treasury yields continue to remain flat at around 1.32% as the Federal Reserve meeting kicked off on Tuesday US time. Bitcoin was down another 5% or so and is at the 41,000 US dollar mark. That's a roundup of all global markets, currencies, as well as crypto from our side to start off trade on Wednesday morning.